What's up, crypto fam? Thanks for tuning in. Really appreciate you guys joining us to learn about this V2 of a non custodial lending protocol that's coming out. It also operates on the Binance Smart Chain. So, before I get started, I just wanted to show you guys some articles really quick. I'll be linking these down in the description below, but this is basically on the Binance Smart Chain news website, and this is just some articles to keep yourself safe. So, how to spot a potential rug pull, and then also how to keep your funds safe. So, this is something that you guys should be very familiar with regardless. And with that being said, I'm going to just jump right into the Binance Smart Chain scan. So, this is very similar to Etherscan with Ethereum, where you can track. Oh, hold on a second. Where you can track your transactions. You can track all the transactions of this token. You can see the holders, all of the addresses of this token as well. So you could see that the top three are in the 10 percentile plus range. So this is actually really good. I like to see tokens that have low percentages right here, because that means that the devs and the team, are less likely to rug pull on you, or just whales, a group of whales that want to do that as well. So we're going to be going over all the new Multiplier V2 features and what this means, what you'll be able to do with this. And real quick, we'll jump right into live coin watch and just check out the stats on Multiplier right now. It's trading at $1.71 of this recording, and we're sitting pretty good. We got a $1.9 million market cap. We got a $4,000 volume. And we've been climbing up the last few days. So this is looking pretty good. We're excited about this project. So that's why we're going to show you all the great features. And let me jump over to their website. So they have 20 million total value locked. Well, when you go over to launch their app, you might question yourself and wonder why there's only 5 million. And that's because that 20 million is an accumulation of all of Multiplier's other apps. So they have the V1, they have a swap, they have simplified stable bonds, they have another lending protocol as well, or platform. So that's why the numbers do not add up exactly. So they've also been audited. So this is something that you definitely need to watch when you're researching coins, is to make sure that these projects have been audited by credited auditors as well. So Certec is the same auditor that went through Solana, and you can actually go to their website and look up certain tokens, and they will show you the rating score and their audit report on them as well. And then you can also actually see the top rated projects by audit score as well. So like I said, thanks for joining in, guys. Please hit the like, subscribe. We got a jam-packed amount of content for you. And with that being said, we're just going to jump right in. All right, let's jump into the comparison chart with Multiplier versus Venus, Cream, and Fortube. And what we can see right off the bat is Multiplier has a bunch of features in their V2 that these other protocols do not have. So Multiplier runs actually off of the Aave hard fork and is kind of a replication of Aave. They're trying to run their protocols very similar. So they offer you stable borrowing rates, so you don't have a variable percentage that will change as the market changes. So you're a little bit safer when you're borrowing against your assets. And then you can do a collateral swap during a loan, which means that you can change your collateral that you borrowed against for another asset. So they're doing this using Pancake Swap. So Multiplier will be integrating with Pancake Swap to bring the feature to the platform. Users will have the ability to swap their deposited assets to other assets during a loan. So what that means is if you're in USDT and you see that Ethereum's going up in value, you could switch to Ethereum and just ride a little bit more gains. But obviously that is really risky, and you need to be very careful and watch what you're doing. So the next feature they offer is loan repayment using collateral. So if you get yourself in a pinch and you're borrowed against maybe a little bit too much and your debt to loan ratio is a little high, you can start to pay it back with the collateral that you put up. So that's really nice if you start to get into a pinch. So they also offer batch flash loans. Batch flash loans could, um, borrowers could only borrow one currency at a time with V1. Batch flash loans will allow developers to execute a flash loan with multiple assets inside the same transaction. And you do not, just like it says, you do not have to close your loan and open a new one. You can just switch it right back and forth as you're doing that. So, and then very lastly, they have debt tokenization. So basically, this will give you a receipt, a token receipt for tokens that you put out in there, that you deposited into the liquidity pool. So in V2, borrowers will receive receipt tokens that represent their debt. Debt tokenization allows borrowers to manage their debt positions from their cold wallets. So this is pretty important if you're like to keep your assets off of the blockchain and kind of keep them in your own personal possession. So those are the most of the those are the key features that Multiplier has against these other protocols. And as you can notice down here, stable and variable rate borrowing. So with V2, borrowers can have both a stable borrow position and a variable borrow position at the same time with the same underlying asset from the same wallet. This gives borrowers more options and flexibility for their loan position, and borrowers are still able to switch between the variable and stable rate at any time during the loan. So this is pretty huge. None of these other protocols offer that. I'm sure you guys heard all kinds of stories about Venus and how a lot of people were getting liquidated and losing millions. So this is a great project. We're really excited to see this V2 roll out.
What's up, C3 fam? Chris here, and today we've been talking about multiplier content, so I'm going to go ahead and go over a comparison between version 1 and version 2, just get everyone a little bit more of an idea of what's going on with that. And before we do that, go ahead and smash that like button, hit the subscribe, hit those notification bells as well, and let's go ahead and see what we got going on. Alright guys, so let's do this comparison between version 1 and version 2 of Multiplier. So, obviously very quickly, we've got an introduction paragraph, basically just brief overview. There's going to be a bunch of new features that were previously not available in version 1. That's going to be available in version 2. And as you can see right here, you're going to have incentives for lenders and borrowers, collateral swap, debt tokenization, reserve factor, deflationary measures, statistic APIs, increased governance incentives, revision of fees, concurrent stable and variable borrowing, and introduction of dark mode. So basically, yeah, that's the whole list, but we're just going to scroll down here and just get a little bit more detail on what that is. So V1 to V2, just for starters, V1, it started off with origination fees from the loans, flash loan fees, liquidation fees. Obviously, you're always going to see a certain number of fees that we have to deal with. However, V2 drops the loan fees, the origination loan fees completely, flash loan fees down to 0.02%, liquidation fees stay the same. But that's a nice drop, having no loan fees and the flash loan fees dropping down too. So as we scroll down here, we can see that there previously was no lending and borrowing incentives. Now there are. So, the lenders, using USDT, the DAI, BUSD, and USDC, now you're going to get daily distribution 200 bMXX for each of these coins, depending on what you're actually lending. Borrowers, their incentives for borrowing with BTC, Ethereum, BNB, they're going to get 120 bMXX daily for each coin. Previously, there was none. That was zero. So that's awesome. They're actually getting an incentive for something they're already wanting to do. So before there was a limited range of statistics on GUI, now you have a full range of multiplier statistics with API endpoints. Once again, something that was just not there. Now you're going to have a whole range of statistics and lots of other things to look at to just maybe make your investment, what you're doing, your staking just seem a little bit more exotic for you. Fees generated from loan origination and flash loans are split. That would be the version 1 way of doing things. Version 2, no loan origination fees. And as we saw earlier, the flash loan fees drop down to 0.02%. The liquidation fees stay the same. However, instead of this 70-20-10 breakdown, you have a 50-50 buy and burn, and also basically 50% of a buy and burn bMXX and 50% to the treasury. So that's quite different split going on from what it previously was. Before there was no debt tokens. Borrowers now represented by MD tokens and MVB token. So basically, now there's multiplier debt tokens that the borrowers will be represented by. No deflationary mechanisms in V1, V2, as we've seen already. The flash loan fees drop, liquidation fees stay the same. However, here we have 50% is used to buy and burn bMXX if done by a multiplier liquidation bot. Single flash loans were of the previous. Now we have batch flash loans. Batch flash loans basically meaning you can set multiple loans now, as opposed to just being able to set one loan at a time. Unable to use lending collateral to repay loans. Well, in version 2, you can use lending collateral to repay loans using collateral swaps. Governance incentives were previously 400 bMXX daily. That's going to increase to 1200 bMXX daily as the release of V2 comes out. There was no reserve factor previously. With V2, there is a reserve factor that allocates a share of the protocol's income to the treasury. No dark mode, coming. I guess we'll see what that is when it does happen. But that's just a pretty good overview. That their version 1 to version 2 is a drastic improvement, and I think that should incentivize anyone that's staking or looking to set their assets somewhere where it's going to reward them. And reward them very well, for their time. So, like I said, Multiplier, very cool protocol. Version 2 coming out next week, so be on the lookout for it. And if you guys have liked any of this content, I hope I delivered to you a nice, clear overview of this. Smash the like and subscribes, and we look forward to giving you more content next time. Stay tuned.
All right, guys, here's the part you guys have all been waiting for. Let's go through. First, we're going to go through the V1, version 1, and then we'll be showing you a sneak peek of V2 multiplier platform. So first thing you got to do is get the website. It's multiplier.finance, and right here on the front, you just click Launch App, and that'll bring up their version 1 protocol. So I already have my wallet connected up here. You can see right here, and you can connect a new wallet. You can disconnect your wallet. So make sure that that's something you do right off the bat. So let's do a quick little overview of what's going on here. So basically you can see all of these assets listed right here, and you can see a borrow or a deposit APY, which is basically if you deposit this asset, you'll receive this much annual percentage yield. So variable borrow APR. So if you want to borrow these assets, this is what it will cost. And this is the variable. So this can change. This will change. Stable borrow APR will actually stay the same. So you have a pretty flat rate, but as you can see, you're pretty much double, it almost looks like, across the board. So depending on how long you're doing your loan for, you definitely should consider this. And as always, this is never financial advice, but let's keep moving through this platform. So I haven't deposited anything yet. So once you start depositing and borrowing, that will show up here. So you can kind of check that out. Make sure you're keeping an eye on it. As well as here's the rewards if you're claiming rewards and moving them from your staking pools. So that'll be available right here. And then here's something that I was talking to the dev team about, and this is their liquidation. So I needed some more clarification on this. And the way that they conveyed it to me is when somebody's loan is not sufficiently collateralized, their health factor may drop below a 1, which you can see right here. This is a 0. This means that user needs to return his borrowing or increase his deposits to avoid being liquidated. If user does neither, others may perform a partial liquidation on this user by returning the debt on behalf of the borrower. So basically, you're helping out somebody that's in a pinch. And by doing that, you'll actually earn 10% of the liquidation bounty, which is right here. So I believe these are the assets that they have left to pay. So basically, you're talking very little, tiny change. This the way that this operates as well, it will be changing in V2. It will be done with a liquidation bot. So that's something to definitely keep in mind. We're not sure how long V1 is going to be around after V2 starts getting rolling. So with that being said, you can see that I have history over here. I staked some multiplier tokens, and that jumps into my next section that I'm like really excited about, and some things that you guys need to pay attention to, some good information if you are going to be staking multiplier tokens. So right now I have my staked amount. You can see right there. You can see the total amount staked on the whole platform. Then you can see how much I'm earning right here, 39.78%. And to basically unstake this, I'm getting ready to unstake mine so I can move it to the V2 platform, which is going to launch on Monday. And there is what's called a cooldown period. So basically, there's 3 days that is the cooldown period, and you have to wait those 3 days before your assets are released, and they're only released for 24 hours. So on the 4th day, make sure that you're on it and you move your assets where you want. Otherwise, it's just going to keep them back in the staking pool, and you're going to need to wait an additional 3 days. All right, guys, once you have completed the 3-day cool off period, you will be given 24 hours to click this unstake button. So we're cutting it really close. We're down to 38 minutes. So we wanted to wait till the last second just to make sure you get all those rewards. So what you do is you just come over, click unstake, go over to max, and then click unstake. Then you proceed. Then you'll have to pay a small BNB fee. Looks like we're at about $1.30. You can't see it on your screen, but all right. So once that's starting to process, you can come over here and click this. This will give you the Binance Smart Scan pending transaction. So this is where you can refer to the transaction hash, which is its unique ID for the transaction itself. So this is where you can sit and watch and wait, and it gives you a from address as well as a to address. So I'm going to be linking an article they just posted down in the description below about this in case you need more clarification. And as always, you can reach out to us on Telegram, Twitter, and Instagram. So let me show you guys the rewards. This is the best part about this, of course. So this was just done yesterday. I just put these in here yesterday. As you can see, I'll give you exact time. So it was probably about 13, 14 hours ago that these were staked. And as you can see, I already have this multiplier tokens stacking up. But the coolest part, the best part about this platform that sets it aside from any other platform is stakers will earn 20% of the loan origination and flash loan fees. So look at this. I'm over here gaining BUSD, USDT, BNB, got some Litecoin, got some BTCB, not even sure what that is really. And then there's some ETH down here. So this is really cool. I'm, just making rewards from just staking one token and receiving rewards in multiple tokens. So this is a really, really great platform. So let's jump into the V2. Let's see. All right, here it is. Oh, nope. Here it is. Cool. So a couple more features. Let me zoom in for you guys here. Is they're kind of a little bit simpler, kind of the same. So of course, for governance, you need to connect your wallet. So go over here, connect my, oh, I think it's not operating because we're not live yet. So sorry about that, guys. But anyway, one of the main things I wanted to show you that V2 offers as well. So like I was showing you guys on the version 1 right now, the V1, that this is the deposit APY. So this is what you earn for depositing these. So in V2, they also have the same thing, but there's these bonus tokens. So basically this little guy down here says, shows you the percentage of multiplier tokens you'll receive if you do deposit. So right now, if you deposit USDT, and this is obviously a few days before this is released, but USDT is 60% right now, and you'll receive 263% in bMXX tokens, or yeah, bMXX tokens. So anyway, this is really cool. There's not much locked up on here right now because this has not released yet. This is still in beta. So we're just trying this out, giving feedback to the development team as well. All right, guys, that does it for version 2 of Multiplier Finance. I hope you found value in this video. And if you did, make sure you smash the like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. You can find C3 Crypto also on Instagram at c3crypto.com, as well as on Twitter. So check us out at C3 Crypto LLC. And with that being said, we'll see you guys in the next one.